Stop now! On the double. Proteins. Alright. On the set. General West.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Baltimore Ravens.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. Touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
The line of scrimmage.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
And 10.
Now Jackson on second down. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man on the crossing route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
J.K.
Tackle by Jordan Elliott.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it, eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now the 2nd down throw on target and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
To number 85.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he whips that one incomplete there. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13, Minshew. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. They'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way to
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pass, forced to the ground and incomplete. It's third down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got an open man, it's QT. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there.
Taking it right down Broadway. And touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
It is good.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now it's Jackson. Steps away. Able to get this to Gordon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
That's good.
This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Minshew.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Now Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Lamar Jackson sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
39-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. It's complete to Brown, right side. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Corey Davis. That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and
Jackson looking to throw on third. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again, sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
23-yard line.
Rip left, rip left. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Watch the twist, watch the twist. 51, Mike. Mike, hey.
To throw again. Jackson rolling to his right. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Don't get nervous.
To throw again is Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Not much there, only a yard. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll roll him out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Jackson will keep it, and he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Try to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. It's surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 6-yard pick.
Another run here with Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Jackson.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
5-yard line.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Jackson from the shotgun, and he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
From the 10.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Minshew sets to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
Minshew's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Complete to Odell Beckham.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Browns.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running the hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. Right, set.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Minshew. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
91. Hey, lock it. 61. Matchbox lights. Shoot. Hey, exit. Switch.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
The ball carrier.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 17 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The quick feet by Jackson. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Hunt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to get the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens' 24-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Minshew. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jalen Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2nd down and goal.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
16.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead. The drive starts with a completion left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Number 85.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
And my goodness, another interception. picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
At the 28-yard line.
Jackson's got his tight end Hurst, and down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards on the play, first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And again, it's Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. And he's got his man in stride, complete. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Seibert on for the PAT.
For the point after.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Browns 42, Ravens 16.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to let him. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
He's going to take off, and I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team?
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
No gain, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.